Hi, this is Sherry. Veronica, who you are seeing here in this photo is Richard Boyce. He's the COP, the Commissioner of Police in Barbados, and he's talking about a crackdown in guns, and he's pledging that there are going to be body cameras and videos to safeguard suspects who are in their custody. But what about people who steal without a gun? What about people who injure people with a knife? What about people who defraud people just with lies coming out of their mouths? What about incest? Okay, in the house. What about the pedophiles that are on every corner, in every church, in every school? What about those people? Why are you talking about a crackdown on gun violence and illegal weapons? I mean, even the fork in someone's kitchen could be a weapon. You can use anything as a weapon. And the thing about it is that more people are affected by the other things I just mentioned than being the victim of a gun attack. Okay, so the crackdown on guns and him talking about an SOS in the other part of your paper, talking about SOS and illegal weapons and that kind of stuff, ridding the streets of illegal weapons. How do you rid Barbados of incest? How do you rid Barbados of your frauds? How do you rid Barbados of people who rape? How are you going to do it? How are you going to do it, Richard? How? It's not just a matter of illegal weapons. It's not just a matter of guns. Okay? It's every word, every thought, every deed. Every word, thought, deed. And it's being committed in Barbados every second of the day. Every second of the day. And if you offend a person who is of a very young age, and it doesn't have to be, but let's go there. If you offend someone who's very young, that's a life sentence. That's a life sentence for that person. Okay, it's a life sentence. So crack down on guns. Crack down on guns. You should be cracking down on people having children poor. You should be cracking down on the education system. Make sure that kids are properly educated. You should be cracking down on people who commit fraud, because it's only an escalation. It starts in childhood and then it escalates because you are talking about guns, but you're not talking about what comes before the guns. You're not talking about that. Okay, it starts from childhood. It starts from the womb, the first playground in the womb. It starts even before it starts to tumble around in the woman's belly. You need to start from scratch, Richard Boyce. You need to start from scratch. Teach children well. Teach people who are of the age of having children to give it a second, third thought, because it's an expensive endeavor. It's very expensive endeavor. Okay, so you need to start from scratch. It's not only a crackdown on guns, it's a crackdown on you. It's an indictment on you as a people. It's an indictment on the fact that you've held on to slavery even after they pretended that slavery was over. You could have made it right. You could have made slavery over, but you went along with the program and you're still trapped. You're still trapped. And you here talking now about a crackdown on guns, it kind of makes you look silly. You're a silly guy. You're a silly person. Okay? It starts from the womb. It starts from the man the woman picks and the woman the man picks. It starts from the beginning. This is just something, an outcropping. This is an outcropping of what already started. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Okay, if you plant a pea tree, you're gonna get a pea tree from. You can get peas from the pea tree. Okay, you can't stop it. Okay, so this crackdown on guns, and police pledge to have body cameras so that, you know, if you are picked up by the police, you feel safe in their custody. It's not going to work. They are what they are. You are what you are. You are what you are. And whatever you say you're going to do, there's going to be something that contravenes that and supersedes that. And, you know, you're always going to try to find a way to get around what you really are and what you really want to do. You're going to find a way. Okay, so I'm done now. I'm really done. But you need to talk about the frauds in Barbados. You need to talk about people who are part of like places like the Rotary Club of Barbados, and pretending to have like some sort of moral facility about them, and they're robbing you blind. They are robbing you blind. You have to talk about the nature of Barbadians. It's in your nature, and where you came from out of Nigeria. Okay, the tribes you came from out of Nigeria. You need to start from scratch. You need to start from scratch. This is Sherry Veronica.